Good day. My name is John Kevin Fonelas and I am from BPED 3B and I'm going to discuss about the rotator cuff tear shoulder condition or region. So what is rotator cuff tear? A rotator cuff tear is an injury to your rotator cuff that can cause shoulder pain and the inability to use your arm. Your rotator cuff is a group of muscles and tendons in your shoulder. They help you lift and move your arms away from your body. Your rotator cuff keeps the ball of your upper arm bone or humerus in the shoulder blade socket. A rotator cuff tear is a common cause of shoulder pain and disability among adults. Each year, almost 2 million people in the US visit their doctors because of rotator cuff tears. A torn rotator cuff may weaken your shoulder. This means that many daily activities like combing your hair or getting dressed may become painful and difficult to do. So now, where is the rotator cuff tear located? The shoulder is a ball and socket joint made up of three bones: the humerus or the upper arm bone, the scapula or the shoulder blade, the clavicle or the collarbone. The ball or head of the upper arm bone fits into a shallow socket in the shoulder blade. Alright, so this illustration of shoulder highlights the major components of joint. So we have here the clavicle, the shoulder muscle, the scapula, the humerus, long head of biceps tendon, the bursa, the acromion, and the rotator cuff tendon. Your arm is kept in your shoulder socket by several structures, including the rotator cuff. The rotator cuff is a group of four muscles that come together as tendons to form a covering around the head of the humerus. The rotator cuff attaches the humerus to the shoulder blade and helps to lift and rotate your arm. The rotator cuff tendons covers the head of the humerus or the upper arm bone, helping you to raise and rotate your arm. There is a lubricating sac called a bursa where between the rotator cuff and the bone on top of the shoulder or acromion. The bursa allows the rotator cuff tendons to glide freely when you move your arm. When the rotator cuff tendons are injured or damaged, this bursa can also become inflamed and painful. So now, let's talk about the signs and symptoms of a rotator cuff tear. So what are the signs and symptoms of a rotator cuff tear? So for the rotator cuff tear symptoms include difficulty, pain, and weakness caused by raising, lowering, or rotating your arm. Popping, clicking, or cracking sounds or sensations when moving your arm in a certain positions. Shoulder pain that worsens at night or when resting your arm. Shoulder weakness and struggling to lift items. So what does a rotator cuff tear feel like? It depends. You may feel a dull ache deep within your shoulder, or it may feel like you're being stabbed with a knife. Sudden tears from accidents or trauma cause immediate, intense shoulder pain and arm weakness. With degenerative tears, you may have mild pain that improves with over-the-counter or OTC pain relievers. Over time, the pain gets worse, and pain relievers don't help. Not everyone has pain, but most people have some degree of arm and shoulder weakness. So now, let's talk about the management and treatment of rotator cuff tear. So what is the treatment for a rotator cuff tear? So rotator cuff tear treatment may include non-surgical and surgical options. Non-surgical options, rotator cuff tears don't heal on their own without surgery, but many people can improve functionally and decrease pain with non-surgical treatment by strengthening their shoulder muscles. Just because you have a tear doesn't necessarily mean you need a surgery, as many people have rotator cuff tears and don't even know it. About 8 out of 10 with partial tears get better with non-surgical treatments. It can take up to a year for the condition to improve. Non-surgical treatments include arm sling and rest to give your shoulder time to heal. You may need to modify activities and stop certain works or sports for a period of time. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs to minimize pain and swelling. Physical therapy to learn strengthening and stretching exercises. Steroid injections to ease pain and swelling. So for the surgical options, your healthcare provider may recommend surgery if you have a complete tear, or non-surgical treatments don't help a complete or partial tear. You may also have surgery if your job or athletic interests affect your shoulder. Most rotator cuff surgeries take place arthroscopically through a small cuts or incisions. Occasionally, the surgeon will use an open approach when needed. The surgery is an outpatient procedure. You go home the same day, but the overall recovery after this surgery is very substantial and can take up to a year or more. So during surgery, your healthcare provider inserts a arthroscope or small camera through a small incision in your shoulder. Number 2 refers to the images from the arthroscope to perform the procedure. And then number 3 inserts tiny instruments into small incisions in your shoulder to remove the bone spurs and reattach your tendon to your upper arm bone. And now let's come to the prevention of rotator cuff tear. So how to prevent a symptomatic rotator cuff tear? To prevent a symptomatic rotator cuff tear, it's important to keep your muscles and tendons flexible. Your healthcare provider can teach you stretching and strengthening exercises to do at home. So for the key takeaways, rotator cuff tears happen when one of the tendons in your shoulder is injured. Warning signs include shoulder pain and trouble lifting your arm or reaching overhead. Small tears often heal with rest and non-surgical treatment, but severe tears require surgery. And that will be all about the shoulder region or condition, the rotator cuff tear. Thank you.